A few months ago, I gave a board exam. I had ruined that paper. Later, I held the paper to review the questions. I discovered that they were quite straightforward. I questioned myself, what exactly was it that undermined me? It turns out it was myself. To be specific, my stress. This experience led me on a journey I will never forget. Stress can strike anytime, in a fashion that may leave you unaware of its presence. The Laboratory for Stress Assessment and Research, an institute focused on stress levels among people in different phases of life, revealed that today's average high school kid has the same level of anxiety as an average psychiatric patient in the early 1950s. Moreover, the global burden of diseases and injury indicates that stress will be a significant killer this year. I read several theories, studied experiments, and even tried some on me, and tailors these three techniques to beat stress, not by diverting our minds, but by facing it. The first one was practice. Pretty obvious, huh? For example, a student may practice mock exam papers before an exam. While doing something new, our brain releases cortisol, right? Think of cortisol as the brain's built-in alarm system. It is your body's primary stress hormone produced by the adrenal gland. It prepares you for what is coming ahead of you, clouds your judgment, gives you migraines, and even weakens your immunity system in the long run. Its release can be controlled if you're performing a task that you have already accomplished before. Practice is the key. 30 Olympics and World Championship winner once said, "Practice creates confidence. Confidence empowers you," by Shimon Biles. Now that we have got the key, we have begun to eradicate stress. The second method might be a little tricky, so stay with me here. Many may prefer to avoid negative thoughts and adopt a more positive outlook on your life. Nevertheless, thinking ahead of the time and to the worst case scenario can be very beneficial. Planning what you might do in a bad situation will help you manage if the unexpected stress does come. Consider it as a thought experiment rather than a possible depressing reality. It can help you cope up with a less unfortunate situation as well. That said, do not let these thoughts of your worst case scenario cloud your everyday thinking. We should hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. A wise man once said, "Stress is not what happens to us, it is a response to what happens. And the response is something we can choose." The third way is to fight stress directly at a hormonal level. One way to control your stress hormones is to control what you eat. You should avoid sugar, caffeine, and sodium when you know you're going to face a stressful situation ahead. Instead, prefer foods rich in antioxidants like dark chocolate. It does the job pretty good. For now, let's focus on the activities you can do to battle cortisol, which is way more efficient in my view. So how stress begins is by a part of your brain called the amygdala. It interprets the images around you and sends a distress signal to the hypothalamus to prepare your body to face a stressful situation ahead. It also clouds your judgment. Now, practices like meditation, mindfulness exercises, and yoga can reduce activity in the amygdala to have a clear sense of judgment, increased focus, and boost stress tolerance. Personally, I too have started yoga to use the days of quarantine wisely. These techniques not only change the person who I am, the way I think, but also the way people looked upon me. Science has it that these methods can prevent stage fright, insomnia, and even life-threatening panic attacks that kills more than 120,000 people every year. And this number is only for work-related cases. If anyone were to give me a choice to go back in time and to redo the examination, my answer would be no, since I wouldn't have entered the journey where I truly understood stress. Thank you.